Welcome to part 2 of Pattern Medicine for Practitioners, the healing body. Now, in part 1, I asked you to become an observer, to slow down your instinct to fix, right? I know that's hard, to notice what repeats, what is looping, and to begin asking not simply what is wrong, but how did this pattern come to make sense at all? So in part 2, we move deeper into the biology, the biochemistry of healing, if you will. Because once you can recognize a pattern, the next question then becomes, what is happening inside the body that allows the pattern to persist? This is where pattern medicine begins connecting the story to your body. We'll explore the neuroendocrine system, inflammation, mitochondrial function, detoxification, one of my favorites, the gut-brain relationship, lab data. Yes, I'll teach you about how to read blood chemistry reports. But again, we're not studying these systems in isolated pieces. Instead, we're asking, how are they communicating with one another? What happens to digestion when a nervous system is dysregulated? What happens to hormones when the circadian rhythms are disrupted? What happens to our cellular energy when the body has spent years compensating? What happens when several seemingly unrelated symptoms are actually downstream expressions of the same pattern? Remember, we talked about that. This is where your observation begins to become clinical reasoning. And please resist another temptation here. Do not chase every abnormality you find. Okay, we're not perfect. And more data does not necessarily mean more clarity. And a long list of supplements doesn't mean that's a sophisticated protocol. And an abnormal lab value doesn't mean you're screwed. Okay, it's not the whole story. We want to learn which things matter the most, what appears to be driving the greatest amount of compensation. And here's what I really find interesting. Where might the smallest intelligent intervention create the biggest shift? That's the work of the healing body. Part 1 teaches you how to recognize the pattern. And in part 2, I'm going to teach you how to understand its biology. Because eventually, I don't want you simply looking at symptoms, systems, or lab values. To be honest, I want you to see the relationship among them. Okay? So this is what you have to look forward to in part 2. Welcome to the healing body. This section, I really had to resist from not placing it first in the course, in the program. It just simply should not be the foundation because we all adapt and develop the patterns that we carry and have carried them for so many years, from many of us, most of our lives. And so it really, really needed to begin with that foundational layer, building this program brick by brick. But boy, did I have to really resist not jumping right into this section, because this is where it gets juicy. This is where we talk about how to reverse chronic conditions, how to really get rid of those imbalances that are impacting our everyday lives. So welcome to the healing body. This is what you have to look forward to once we move into part 2.